Ahoy folks, Lazy Gamer here with another KoG deck review, this time being on an updated Blue Eyes deck utilizing the White Stone of Ancients from the Lords of Shining mini box, recently released during the time of this recording. Thankfully was able to grab 3 copies of it within 10,000 gems, with the box opening also up on YouTube if you'd like to check it out. Considering the current meta at this time is a variety of Neos decks, the Blue Eyes deck in combination with Sealed Tombs seems to work quite well, with the ability to negate both players from banishing cards or special summoning monsters to the field until the end of your opponent's next turn. Mini cards like Neos Fusion and Bacon Saver wouldn't protect Neos monsters on the field for the turn. At the same time, I've been seeing a lot of Sphere Karibos lately, at times nullifying the Sealed Tombs play, making it a waste and backfiring with Spirit's Effect or Silver's Cries not working. And so other skills can be used with the deck, such as Beatdown, Light and Dark by Loomis and Umbra, Draw Sense Dark, and more depending on how you want to play the deck. This is what ended up working for me, being the easiest King of Games run yet, with only one loss in the run from Legend 1 to KoG. Link to the run in the description below. As for the cards in the deck, the White Stone of Ancients and Raiko, Lightsworn Hunter, they can be obtained from the Lords of Shining mini box, while Cosmo Brain and Dragon Spirit of White can be obtained from the White Dragon of Legend EX structure deck. Protected with Eyes of Blue and Silver's Cry can be found in the Stardust Acceleration box, while Blue Eyes can be obtained through Kaiba and Mokuba starter decks, as well as randomly dueling Kaiba, or a drop in ranked duels. The other support, such as Sphere Karibo, can currently be obtained through the Ultimate Rising box, which is not recommended to dig into, especially as an F2P player, but rather try for it through the Selection Box Volume 1, or consider grabbing a copy of it from a Dream Ticket, which was recently given to everyone logging in during the Road to Worlds event, or by purchasing one from the special that's currently on for 1 Sphere Karibo, mat and 10 packs from the latest box. Enemy controller can be grabbed via Dueling Kaiba or in ranked duels, and Treacherous Trap Hole can be found in the Visions of Ice mini box. To briefly go over the cards and their effects, the White Stone of Ancients, once per turn during the end phase. If this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Another effect of this card is the ability to banish it from the grave and then target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your grave and add it to your hand. The banish effect can only be used once per turn, while if you were to send 2 or 3 white stones to the grave during 1 turn, all of their effects of special summoning a Blue Eyes monster from the deck would work, basically getting Blue Eyes onto the field much faster and with a more consistent build than before. Also got 1 Sphere Karibo. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send this card from your hand to the grave, change the attacking monster to defense position. It also has the effect of when ritual summoning a monster, you're able to banish this card from the grave as one of the monsters required for the ritual summon, though that effect is useless in this build, but worthwhile protection and also capable of being tributed off with Cosmo Brain's effect, which we'll get to. As for Dragon Spirit of White, this card is always treated as a Blue Eyes card, and also treated as a normal monster while in the hand or graveyard. When normal or special summoned, you can target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls and banish it. During either player's turn, if your opponent controls a monster, you can tribute this card to special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Great effect to use in case it's targeted by Floodgates, Treacherous Trap Holes, and cards as so, and also useful in offensive plays such as clearing an opponent's board with 2 or more monsters. The effect of Dragon Spirit being considered a Blue Eyes monster also means you're able to use the White Stone of Ancients effect of special summoning a Dragon Spirit of White from the deck. As for Raiko, Lightsworn Hunter, it's a flip effect monster, meaning it's either to be first set face down or flipped back down in order for its effect to work once flipped up. 2 effects occur at the same time when Raiko is flipped, being the option to destroy 1 card on the field, along with sending the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave. This is ideal for potentially milling a White Stone of Ancients, so that its effect may occur during the end phase, or a Blue Eyes monster in order to bring back with Silver's Cry, while also destroying an opponent's monster or back row. Cosmo Brain cannot be normal summoned or set. It has to be special summoned by sending one non-effect monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. Cosmo gains the attack equal to the level of the monster sent to the grave via special summoning times 200. So if you were to send a Blue Eyes or a Dragon Spirit of White, it would be at 3100 attack. While Cosmo is on the field, you contribute one effect monster face up or down to special summon one normal monster from your hand or deck. This effect can only be used once per turn. While I'd figure a number of you folks are familiar with this card already, I will mention it allows for plays that flood your side of the field with high attack monsters during a single turn, allowing for potential OTKs that much more. Protected with Eyes of Blue, when normal summoned, can then special summon one level 1 light tuner monster from your hand if you have one. So in this case it would be the White Stone of Ancients. You can also target one effect monster you control on the field, send it to the grave, and then special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand. That effect can only be used once per turn, but a great way to flood the field in combination with Cosmo Brain, or potentially get into an Azure Eyes right away, along with another Blue Eyes on the field during the end phase if the effect monster sent to the grave was a White Stone of Ancients. We all know Blue Eyes, 3k attack beater, solid 2500 defense too. It's also good to play in combination with Dragon Spirit of White as well as Silver's Cry. Speaking of, Silver's Cry lets you target one dragon type normal monster in your grave and special summon it. Only able to use it once per turn, and also works on Dragon Spirit of White. Depends on the duel, but most likely you'd want to use it on Dragon Spirit of White if there are any spells or traps on the opponent's side of the field. And then there's Enemy Controller. Switch the attack and defense position of an opponent's face-up monster, or tribute one of your monsters to take control of one of the opponents that's face-up until the end of the turn. Finally, Treacherous Trapple. If you have no trap cards in your grave, target 2 monsters on the field and destroy them. A number of these cards can certainly be replaced and altered to your liking, such as running some Snipe Hunters or Dawn Knights if you have them, which can result in great combos with this deck as well. It was just nice knowing that I didn't have to dig into that box while I don't have either of those cards at the moment. It is suggested to run Silver's Cry over Birthrights, but that could be a replacement, along with other variations of the deck being more free-to-play friendly, such as only 1 Cosmo Brain and 2 Spirit of Whites, utilizing possibly additional protectors, the White Stone of Legend, Majesty with Eyes of Blue, Burst Stream of Destruction, Bingo Machine Go, Cards of Consonance, along with many more. As for the extra deck, there's 2 Stardust Dragons mainly to deal with Duel, 2 Azure Eyes to bring back the Blue Eyes monsters if it comes to it, and 2 Giganticastle in case of mirror matches and other high attack monsters. Also a good out to a Lava Golem with a 1-star tuner. Combos for this deck are fairly straightforward, with the explanation of the cards potentially giving you ideas on what plays to make depending on the duels you encounter, along with the upcoming example duels in this video. While there is some potential of still breaking, it's a lot less likely thanks to White Stone of the Ancients, making Blue Eyes go from irrelevant to tier 1 in the current meta. That ought to cover everything in this deck review though. I hope it was of some benefit to you folks, and I appreciate you all tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be sure to get back to all of them. Take it easy and catch you in the next one.
Duel!